Is your physical therapist an idiot? Now, before you get all butthurt, I recognize that you could do this for literally every profession, and I've been very vocal in calling out strength conditioning coaches and personal trainers. However, I get a lot of clients that come to me from rehab or athletes that are looking to return to their sport safely and effectively, and I'm often overwhelmed with what I'm seeing at physical therapy clinics. So, here are three things that you can look for to determine if you need to find a new physical therapist. Number one, are they challenging you enough? The entire goal of training is to induce an adaptation. An adaptation is simply the adjustment of an organism to its environment. If the environment changes, the organism or the person will change to better survive. So there's two ways to induce an adaptation. You increase the training load, either through intensity, higher weight, or volume, or you change the drill or the exercise. Over time, to induce a positive change, an overload must be applied, which means the training load has to rise above the habitual level. If you continue to do the same weight and the same exercise, you will suffer from something called accommodation, which is the response to a constant stimulus will decrease over time. Far too often, people in PT are doing the same exercise, the same reps, the same sets, and the same weight month after month after month. I can't tell you how many people were doing rows with 8 pounds or body weight squats for months and not seeing any improvement. This literally violates everything that we know about strength and conditioning. Number two, are they trying to make injuries simple when in reality they're multifactorial and complex? Are they using goofy fucking rhetoric from 20 years ago, like if you hurt your knee, it's because your glutes and your core are weak? If they are, you need to run. Pain and injury are far more complex than this. How did they test to see if your glutes were weak? How did they test to see if your core was weak? Have they seen you do your competitive movement? Do they know what the rest of your training load was like that week? Do they know anything else about what happened before that injury? Or is it just everybody that comes in that has X injury is treated X way? Number three, are they training the unaffected side? If they aren't, why the fuck not? We know that strength gains are often mediated by neural factors, and we know that when a muscle is subjected to a period of reduced use, the decline in strength is often greater than the loss of muscle mass. So you can't ignore the role of the nervous system in strength training. There was a study done by Zatorsky a long time ago with two groups. One group performed imaginary contractions, and the other group actually performed strength training, so real contractions. At the end of the study, the subjects who practiced sets of imagined maximum voluntary contractions actually experienced a significant increase in strength. There's also something called cross education, okay? And what this usually is that if you train the unaffected side, you can actually activate neural circuits that modify the motor pathways that project to the untrained limb. So we know that by training the unaffected limb, we can actually have some neural drive to the injured limb and actually increase strength this way. So why wouldn't you be doing that?